Hey guys, what's up? So, as you all know, the Zimura saga continues, and I have extensively talked about this from a different angle from what everyone else is saying. So, as we all know, the government has finally intervened. It said it was going to intervene. Following numerous stakeholder complaints, as they said, the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, through the company's office, instituted an investigation into Zimura. And we know kuti now the government has then said, no, we're firing the Zimura board. And that's interesting. We know that people were celebrating. There are people, some people were also taking, they're saying, tistaka zviita kuti zviite. But we know that there was factionalism. There was 3 factions. And right now, out of the 2 people who are saying, no, we're the ones who caused this to happen, the other camp is saying, no, but it's not you, it's us. But I want to talk about the legality of this, because we know that the government is a statute of law. And the COB Act, according to the COB Act, can a government just terminate a board member of a company? When I read the COB Act, I read it, and I'm not a lawyer, so I wouldn't know. But under the COB Act, a government does not have the power to simply terminate or remove a board member of a company. That power rests within the shareholders of the company. The roles of the government holds a regulatory thing where it registers companies, it keeps records, and it ensures compliance of the laws of the nation. And the COB Act is built on the idea that companies are private legal personas separate from the state. So, I mean, the writing was on the wall. I think we all knew that something was going to happen. And guess what? This is Zimbabwe. Things happen in a certain way. I'm not going to really much focus on that, but to say that for many people, they are celebrating as if, for many musicians are celebrating as if their problems have stopped. But this thing has just started. Because, first of all, we have people who are toggling for positions, and they are still toggling for positions up to now. So the question is, what's going to happen? I'm thinking when board members are removed, there has to be an EGM maybe. But EGM, remember, if you remember, there was supposed to be an EGM. It didn't happen. And so now, I do not know if there's going to be an EGM, an elective EGM as well, because now are board members going to be imposed? That is a good question. All we know is there is the floating around an idea of an interim board or a caretaker board, or a caretaker employees from government who are going to come to Zimura and basically run the affairs of Zimura. Now, listen, we will see how events unfold. But I can tell you that it is not simple. It is not as if the musician in Zimbabwe is going to get money just because this has happened. And you know what? The year is moving and the year will end. We will see where it goes. I did want to give more of a comprehensive thing, but I want to see more as events unfold. Because we want to see, are these board members going to go to the courts and challenge what has come from the government? Or are they going to buckle aside and say, okay, and then what's going to happen? Are people going to be, is there going to be legal action against those who have been removed? And who has been removed? Because allegedly, the letters that have been sent were sent to both those who were in the board and those those who were kicked out a few months ago. So there's a lot that's happening. And I just wanted to do a quick one to say it's not as simple as people think it is. It's a process. It's going to be a process. There are things that need to be considered. And obviously, there are issues to do with law. Then there are interested parties. We know that there are people like Wanachi Fumbu have been working behind the scenes, and we will see where this thing goes. So I just wanted to do a short one. I will do like a proper long one and really go through a number of things that we're going to look at. And I know someone might be like, who are you? Listen, I am a Zimura member, and I have been very much interested in following the politics that has been happening concerning the issues that have to do with Zimura. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see as events unfold. We know there are those who are trying to take credit for this, and they're saying, I fought this fight. But we will see as events unfold.